Ajit Jha. Uh, Good evening. And I'm the CEO of Power Pixar channel. And today in the Public Global, we are going to focus on the Delhi Assembly elections. All of you know that the Delhi Assembly elections is on the 5th of February, and the results will be out on the 8th of February. And this is a very important election, although Delhi is not exactly a state like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Bengal. It's like what one would call a semi-state. But because its placement is in Delhi, it becomes very important. That's the first reason. The second reason is because this is one state where the two major parties, the BJP and the Congress, have been out of power, for more than 10 years. In fact, the elections, the Delhi Assembly elections, which were held in 2013, in that, surprisingly, the BJP had done rather well. The BJP, along with Shiromani Akali Dal, had ended up doing quite well. They had won 32 of the 70 seats, and they emerged together as the single largest party. But the trouble is that Delhi has 70 assembly seats, and you basically need 36 to form the government. And AAP and Congress formed an alliance, because of which the BJP could not form the government, and Arvind Kejriwal became the chief minister for the first time. Of course, that government barely lasted 49 days. And then came the 2015 elections, assembly election. There was president's rule in between. And then came 2015 elections, which made Arvind Kejriwal the great hero. In 2015 assembly elections, the AAP secured an unprecedented 67 seats out of 70. And, overnight, Arvind Kejriwal turned out to be the big hero in the country, not only in Delhi, but in the rest of the country. Then, of course, we need to be brief with the history of the Delhi Assembly elections. So let's switch to 2020, which was the last Assembly elections. Again, the AAP ended up doing rather well. And they ended up again with 52% of the vote, and ended up securing 62 seats. The BJP, which got about 38.51% of the votes, ended up getting 8 seats. The Congress's performance was pathetic. The Congress, with 4.26% of the vote, ended up getting no seats at all. Now remember, the Congress before 2013, Sheila Dikshit was the chief minister, and she had done an incredible job of modernizing Delhi. The BJP has been out of power since almost 1998, which is about 27 years. So the irony is that the Congress, which was not only in the past in India, standing in the pole position, a dominant party, but it was the main dominant party of Delhi Assembly, is right now down to the third position. And in the last assembly elections, they barely got, as I said, 4.26%. What is going to happen on the 5th of February? What will we see when the results trickle on 8th of February? Will we see a Arvind Kejriwal led government? Even if chief minister is not Arvind Kejriwal, even if it is Atishi, who's right now the chief minister of Delhi, will AAP form a government in Delhi again? In fact, if AAP forms a government, this will be technically, consecutively, the fourth government of Delhi, if AAP were to form the government on 8th of February. But But the problem is the AAP faces what one would call more than a decade of fierce anti-incumbency. Several reasons for it. There is voter apathy. In last 10 years, the AAP has done some significant work, but more in terms of welfare policies, very little in terms of infrastructural development. Compare that with Sheila Dikshit. Sheila Dikshit transformed Delhi in a major way. The great flyovers that we see all over Delhi. Remember, she was the chief minister when the various games were being held, the Commonwealth Games. So Delhi got a total renovation. Delhi was revamped. Now, she was the chief minister. The truth is also that the UPA was, led by Dr. Manmohan Singh, were ruling the country. So it was what we call now a double incumbency sarkar. Sheila Dikshit in Delhi, Dr. Manmohan Singh in the country. So Sheila Dikshit had that benefit, and that helped Delhi to develop in a major way. After the coming of AAP, we see a lot of welfare programs, especially, for example, free tickets for women, free water, free electricity, maybe better garbage disposal in some areas at least. A lot of focus on education, especially in Delhi's schools. The initially, at least in the first 5 years, and even a little later under Atishi, the AAP did a phenomenal job. 25% of the budget of Delhi government was spent on education. Even in terms of health, they worked on the mohalla clinics. So they have done some work. And the AAP's strength is 35% votes of the lower middle class, the working class of Delhi. Those who drive sort of taxis, or not even taxis, let's say the three-wheeler walas and others. They are the main support base of Delhi. In fact, it seems almost as if when at one time back in the 80s and 70s, the CPM used to constitute the main vote base of Calcutta and West Bengal, especially among the Bengali working class. It's a similar situation. The AAP, because of its welfare measures and because of charisma of Arvind Kejriwal and great reforms in education and health and etc., it was very popular. But in North Delhi, Northwest Delhi, the AAP, because it has not paid much attention to construction, you have water logging, you have all kinds of roads, there are huge craters in that area. That is where the AAP is very weak, and the BJP has gained ground. In fact, let me identify some of these places for you. Najafgarh, take Najafgarh, for example. BJP had scored 21 percentage point sort of gap with the AAP in the last assembly election. As I said, the BJP had won 8 seats. Chandni Chowk, Northwest Delhi, Northeast Delhi, Bhavana, Narela, Rithala. These are the Rohini. These are the major BJP strongholds. Now, although the BJP only ended up getting 8 seats, but its percentage vote, as I pointed out, was almost 39%. And if you look at the gap between the BJP's percentage vote, 38.51, 53.57, 54, let's say, and 39, that's just 5 percentage point difference. The Congress ended up getting less than 5 percentage points. So in this election, if you need to predict, look at it this way. If the Congress manages under Rahul Gandhi to get at least 10% of Delhi's vote, last time, as I said, less than 5%, 4.26, if it is able to get 5% more, so let's say double its numbers, 10 percentage popular vote in Delhi Assembly elections, then what would happen? The Congress will not win. It might not even get any seats. In fact, to get seats, I think it needs to get about 15 to 18% of the vote, which seems a bit unlikely at this moment. But what might happen, the winner might change because the Congress cuts AAP's vote. So if AAP loses that 5 or 6 percentage points that the Congress ends up eating away back from the AAP, the BJP might end up winning. So so if you look, if Arvind Kejriwal and AAP does not win in let's say on 5th of February, 8th of February, when results are declared, the blame should come on Arvind Kejriwal for not forming an alliance with Congress, and on Congress, on Rahul Gandhi, for not forming an alliance with AAP, although both the parties, the AAP and the Congress, are members of the India bloc. The same problem we saw in Haryana. In Haryana, Arvind Kejriwal had pleaded with the Congress for a few seats in Haryana. Had the Congress listened to Rahul Gandhi was actually arguing for an alliance with AAP in Haryana assembly elections, but Bhupinder Hooda did not agree. Since he was the main dominant leader in Haryana, the party ended up listening to him, and as a result, the Congress lost for the third time and the BJP won again, despite the fact that there was a fierce anti-incumbency in Haryana. Now, the same thing might happen, as I said, on 8th. If the Congress does better, the Congress doesn't win, but the BJP will win, the AAP will lose. So it's like if we want to use a more colorful language, it's like a ménage à trois here. There are three players, and the problem is that AAP had end up cutting Congress votes, and if the Congress does better, it will end up cutting AAP's votes. The Congress is not able to cut BJP's votes, especially in the stronghold of North and Northwest and Northeast Delhi. It's in the rest of Delhi, among the middle classes. Usually the Congress gains only during a Lok Sabha election, because the main fight in Lok Sabha is between BJP and Congress. In an assembly election, people realize that the Congress candidates, despite a strong sort of campaign, is unlikely to win. So they end up strategically voting for AAP to prevent the BJP from coming to power. Now, it all depends, as I said. If the Congress ends up doing better, then we might have a BJP government by default, not by intention. But the problem is the ego of both, of Arvind Kejriwal and, in this case, let's say, Rahul Gandhi. Although I think that Rahul Gandhi wanted to form the alliance, but it's the local leadership of Delhi, led by Delhi Congress leaders, who did not want an alliance. They feel if an alliance is held, in the negotiations, the Congress loses, and they do not end up recovering their lost seats. But the real problem is the Congress is not a strong party inside Delhi. We saw that in the Lok Sabha. Remember, in the Lok Sabha, the Congress and the AAP had an alliance, right? 7 seats, 4 seats for AAP, 3 seats for Congress, and yet the BJP walked away with everything. So that is the problem. The coalition, the fragility of the coalition might help the BJP coming to power. Otherwise, AAP is in the pole position. If they repeat 2020, or even if they go a little below, the number of seats they have is still very high. And remember, they had 52% votes, which even in a three-cornered contest, 52% votes means we have the first past the post system with 52. They ended up winning 52 seats. I mean, the percentage vote was about, let's say, 54%, 53.57, but they ended up, sorry, the AAP ended up winning 62 seats. So it's the cube law. If you win, if you're the number one player, winner take all kind of thing. So in one election, they won 67 out of 70 seats, which was back in 2015. In 2020, as I said, they won 62 seats out of 70. So that is again considered an absolute majority. Now, this time, will an absolute majority player like AAP lose to the BJP? Well, as I pointed out, it all depends on the Congress. The campaign by the BJP is quite strong. In fact, the Prime Minister himself ended up, campaigning fairly strongly. He had been distributing, I remember, about 1,650 flats to slum dwellers in areas in Wazirpur, which is the BJP stronghold. See, the problem with the BJP is, if you see from the year 1998, since when they have been out of power, the BJP somehow is not able to break from what psephologists say the trap of 30. The BJP is not able to win more. They are just they are number two player, or let's say they end up winning some seats, but only within those 30, 32 sort of range. What you need to win is at least 36. If they end up doing well, we had noticed a slight percentage increase in 38 of their seats last time, but that is clearly not enough to beat the AAP. So again, let me do the final prediction at this stage. Let's say about 2 weeks before the elections, it seems that AAP is in the pole position like in 2015 and 2020, but it's on a decline. It's in international affairs. It's like America. America is the number one country, $29 trillion, but it's on a decline. So the AAP is in a similar position. It's on a decline because the fact that Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, there was this entire liquor scam, and the entire leadership of AAP was arrested. There was a change of chief minister. All that has caused a lot of turbulence and fierce anti-incumbency, which most of you are aware of. The important issue is, can the BJP win? And as I said, that will depend not as much as on the BJP as on the Congress. So ironically, if the Congress does better, the BJP wins. If the Congress does as bad as last time, AAP wins. Thank you very much. Do subscribe to our channel, and we will make many more such programs in the future. Thank you.